Yo!
Yayo Talk Show!
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Molly.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Marco.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Kdin.
Dreamin'!
Al's name didn't fit. They talk about the show, this group of four friends been going for 1,000,000 years, there's no end. Watching every arc and saga, no sleep. It's the king of anime, 1,000 episodes deep.
Yayo Talk Show!
Talking about One Piece.
It's the name of the podcast.
We're not on Vine. Yayo Talk Show. Talking about
One Piece.
What's up, bunches, privateers, and non-binary buccaneers? Welcome aboard to the most chaotic One Piece podcast on the Grand Line Internet. Can I offer you an Egghead Island arc in these trying times? Before you answer, let's introduce the crew. It's the captain of the CrUno Pirates, Molly D. Simpy.
I would actually enjoy an egg.
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 All right, I have a follow-up question after I introduce the wild theorist Kdin Jensen.
Hey, I told you so. Hey, remember when you said there was possibly more headings, and then I said that no, there isn't, and then here we are?
Well, you also said we were going to go to Wano before we went to Punk Hazard. But
I asked when we were going to Wano. How dare you?
We say a lot of things.
You know who else says a lot of things? The Laughborg Al McClellan, because he just did that. The thing that he said
I did the thing that he said that I said, and I
He
did
did do
the
that,
thing he
though.
said.
Yo, he did that.
And
did do
I
that.
am the internet's gentleman, tips hat milady. Mark B. Donica,
Don't
the B
ever
stands for
do that again.
husband.
Don't ever do that again.
Middle.
The B stands for bastard.
Before we get into the show, really, I actually got legitimately curious because it also came up on a game show. What's everybody's favorite way to eat an egg?
Favorite
egg
way
delivery
to eat an
mechanism.
Egg
A
delivery.
spatula?
I don't know if I...
You go straight spatch to mouth.
Straight spatch to mouth?
How do you deliver an egg
Straight
on a
spatch
spatula,
to
right?
mouth?
Yeah, spatch to mouth.
You never go spatch to mouth.
You gotta wash it.
I agree. There's too much oil.
Yo, bare ass?
In a row?
Wow.
What is your favorite way to enjoy a cooked egg?
Honestly, I like them all. That I don't know if I have one specific one that I'm like, I have to have it this way. I do love deviled eggs, though. I am
Oh,
a
yeah?
devil-egged fiend, but I feel like I love eggs so much, I enjoy them in everything but raw, you know?
God, I hope so.
Well, as you know, I am prolific in both enjoying an egg and also creating and releasing many eggs into the world. So it's a
Hello?
loaded question. You'll understand if you ever go to Tumblr, Mark. God.
I don't even understand this one, and I'm
You
from
should.
there.
You've been following me for a long time, Molly.
I don't...
Molly will get it halfway through the podcast. Don't worry,
Okay.
everybody. Listen, I think a deviled egg pretty much can't be beat. But if you get a very well done and very expertly crafted Eggs Benedict, it is hard to pass up. The problem is that the margin of error on an Eggs Benedict is great. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a garbage Eggs Benedict. But if you get a good one, it's so good.
The secret is put vinegar in the water and then
Yep.
you stir a little vortex.
Sure.
Shakes hands with Al. Oh, Al gets it.
Correct.
That's also kind of fussy.
No.
Yeah,
I like
that's a little
over
bit too much
easy.
for me. Ooh, that's
Oh,
good.
this guy's easy? Come on.
This
Put it
easy
on
man.
toast.
This
Dude.
this frickin' Mr. Spatch to mouth over here.
Yeah.
I already
I
forgot
both
about that.
love and hate what we've created today.
Let's hear it, Mark. What's your fave?
You know what? It's a split between a classic bacon, egg, and cheese.
A split egg.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Classic bacon, egg, and cheese, or
Breakfast Sam.
Carl's. Anybody that does a breakfast burger. It's just it's a lot, but it's one of the, like, we used to, anytime we would do like long days out, Andrea and I, we would stop through like a Carl's Jr., get a breakfast burger, and we would be good for like hours because it had everything you needed except for vegetables. But aside from that,
Part of a balanced breakfast.
absolutely a balanced breakfast. You got bread, but This is the one.
You got bread? And
it,
he
huh?
stops. Dead stop.
And
You got bread?
This is a One Piece podcast where we talk about bread. I'm glad everybody's
The nutrients of bread.
A very well-balanced diet.
The
Bread.
most important part of a food pyramid.
Bread.
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 Hey, gamers,
Hi.
let's get
Hi.
this
No,
bread.
grainers.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
I don't like it
Weeknight.
I'm split between it.
Weeknight. Hey,
Welcome to Monday, everybody.
that sweet summer child Monday energy.
God,
hey,
it is
Kdin.
Monday.
It is Monday.
Hey, Kdin.
Hi.
You're almost caught up.
We're going to talk about chapters 1061 and to 1073 today, everyone.
That's correct. And
You're welcome.
it's and I want to ask Al and Molly, how much more terrified are you the closer we get to Kdin being completely caught up?
I mean, I'm scared. I'm scared.
The only thing I'm scared about is now Kdin will have free reign to predict things that we aren't sure if it's going to come true or not. And
That's what I'm terrified of. That's actual spoilies from Kdin, who is much better at guessing these things than we are.
It's not okay. So first of all, that's hurtful. It's not guessing. It's an educated
It's knowing
and
the
informed
truth of the
and
universe.
informed theory crafting. I'm very good at what I do.
it's texting Oda and
It's
finding out
Galaxy
the truth.
Brain.
Yeah. Wow.
Yo, what's up, Mr. Oda? Give me the deets.
Wow, spoilers. We found out it turns into like a never-ending story type of thing where it ends with Oda tucking Kdin into bed, telling her the final thing.
Not
And
freaking Princess Bride style thing.
as he
We're just
closes-
like, I'm not sure I want to listen to this. And Oda's like, do you want to hear the story or not?
As he closes the book, Kane goes, "Oh, I know.
I knew that.
I knew.
I saw
knew
that
it was
coming a
gonna
mile
happen.
away."
I'm a genius. Oh no.
I just let you finish your story. Your little silly story.
I just like you listen to you talk.
Thanks, Papa. Hey,
Thank
so
you, Faja.
Don't. I don't know how I feel about you calling Oda Papa.
do you want me to call him a
Oda.
Dada?
I don't like any of that.
Tips hat?
Don't.
Oh, Dada.
Maybe I quit the
lingering here, and I'm
podcast.
just trying
Maybe
to move on
maybe
before I
this is
say
my
anything else
last
stupid.
episode.
All right, Caden's quitting. Hey, congratulations on your new gig at the other show. So we're getting to a point as the Egghead Island arc got underway. Oda just didn't stop. Mm-hmm. As much as we asked him to, he just decided, you know what? I'm gonna drop bit after bit after bit that just barely reminds you of something that you wanted from years ago, but I'm not going to give you that whole kernel of information that you. I'm not going to get you. I'm not going to get. Oda's not going to give you that hole that easily.
Whoa.
Oda doesn't go Spatch to mouth.
That corn kernel in the hole.
Whoa.
Wait.
I like the energy tonight. I don't know.
It's Monday. It's Monday.
Monday.
What did Garfield say? Don't
Look,
like these days. This is a
Molly,
bad one.
on our last Minecraft stream, the whole energy was bunk from like the first 20 minutes because of something somebody said, and I can't wait to watch that VOD again. But we're not we're not talking about that. We're talking about Egghead Island, and I want everybody. Hey, locking eyes with
Hi.
everybody. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
How upset were you when the rank ass face of Rob Lucci
Ugh.
graced the pages of the One Piece manga again? Who wants to take it first?
I hate Rob Lucci.
Absolute garbage man.
Tool.
Why is he back? Why?
This
I hate him.
It's like normally a character that cares about pigeons is like a character I love in any fiction. Not this time. No thanks.
Take him back. I don't want him.
Yeah.
Take him back.
Send him away.
Send him
Like
away.
it feels like we're definitely getting to the place where like we're getting into the Super Smash Brothers ultimate of everything, in the sense of everyone is here.
The full universe of characters.
Yeah, and I think Lucci is the beginning of that. I mean, Kaku as well, but
It's what it is? We're getting into the stampede of this show now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had the movie, and now it's like actually happening IRL.
yeah,
Can I actually start us off with something that Molly said?
Can I say something real
Uh-oh.
fast though about the Rob Lucci
Yeah.
thing? Seeing Rob Lucci in this moment, I ratatouille'd back in time to when I saw. Speaking of Stampede, seeing Stampede in theaters with friends, and somebody with us with our friend group had no context for One Piece at all. And when Rob Lucci appeared on screen, they cut away and they cut back, and he was already in his cat form, or like hybrid form. And what this person said to me will live with me rent free. On an unfiltered amount of emotion, they said, "And now who's this guy?" And that is the energy I feel like I had when I saw. Except I knew who Rob Lucci was. I was like, "And now this guy's back again."
yeah.
I didn't like it.
Boo this man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people to boo in this couple of chapters where we go, like, we jump from island to island, event to event. We meet a bunch of Marines. We see what's happening with Law and Blackbeard, which I hate. It's hard to pick a place to start with, and I was wondering. So I guess other than, all right, let's get our hate for Rob Lucci out of the way. What is there? Is there anything? What was the thing that stood out the most to y'all? And we can go from there. And I want to start with Kdin.
Cool. I want to start with Molly because I specifically want to bring up something that Molly mentioned, and it didn't really dawn on me until after the fact.
Romance.
And it was like the moment I realized that, I was like, oh no, Molly's right, and I didn't catch this.
Oh no,
and
Molly's
it became
a genius.
it was immediately like I was so focused on all the other stuff that I didn't really I missed the forest for the trees for a moment, because there's all this like, welcome to Egghead Island, there's all sorts of stuff, hey, look at all these new characters, blah blah blah. But there's something that I didn't truly appreciate, and then thinking back on it, it's like, oh no. How old is Jewelry Bonnie?
Interesting.
Because we see Bonnie in the ocean, which means devil fruit doesn't work, and that girl looks like she's 12. And that makes me upset.
So just for me, I'm gonna say the listeners at home, but they probably just listened to the episode, so it's more for my context. What did I say and when?
The last episode, Molly, you said it's this is the first time we probably saw Bonnie at her real age, because she has the devil fruit that changes her age. So she's been portraying herself as an adult this whole time. She's a teenager, maybe. She's maybe as old as Chopper, maybe. Ugh, no.
Yeah, so remember,
no, this child needs to be protected at all costs, and I everyone who has done anything or even looked at this child, I will be beating them in the head with a frying pan.
So remember last episode how we all just kind of went off because
because we don't like how all of Bonnie's statues look. I like it less now. It's way worse. It's way worse.
It's
and
so
actually,
much worse.
Speaking of Stampede, Molly brought this up in spoiler chat. In Stampede is the first time when when they knock a whole bunch of pirates into the water, they specifically cut to Bonnie climbing out of the water presumably at her real age.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
No kidding.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that I guess nobody, because she
Changes
because
age so often.
so much
Yeah.
that nobody really thought about
Clocked
it or
it.
put it together.
Yeah.
And then when it showed up in the manga in this set of chapters, everybody kind of went, oh.
That's
And
why it was
terrible
important.
people probably learned a lot about themselves.
Ugh.
Exactly, gross.
God,
It
that's
never-
so...
I'm looking at you, freaking statue makers in Japan. You creeps. You goddamn creeps.
Well,
But also at you, Oda. That would have been one thing I would spoil to the public before it got too far.
Absolutely.
here's
agree.
okay, now let's talk about it in universe. This is a 12-year-old girl going out to try and save her dad, who was taken from her likely when she was probably 6, and she is now one of the most feared pirates out there, and she's part of the worst generation. This girl needs to be like taken care of and given like a warm home to live. This is awful. This is immediately like, all right, I'm in protection mode. This is like, if anything happens to her ever again, I will just it's on site. It's on site. I
On
swear.
site.
I mean, it's the world of One Piece is messed up. That somebody has to live their life that way.
I guess the other thing is like, hey, there's like 800 Vegapunks, so there's that part too.
Oh, I
That's
wanted
the other
to talk
takeaway
about
is
that too. I wanted to talk about that too. I
The
feel
Charlotte
like
debacle part 2.
It's the VegaVerse.
yeah.
God, it
With
really
the
is.
shoot, is this episode called Enter the VegaVerse? I think it is.
All right, write it down.
VegaVerse.
Somebody write it
Yeah,
down.
put it down. Nobody's gonna forget
it might
this
be
time.
because I didn't want to call it Spatch to Mouth.
I mean, but I also...
Hold on, wait. Spatch to Mouth into the spider into the Eggverse?
yeah. Into the VegaVerse.
Oh man, I hate it.
No, I love it.
So something that I think something of Kdin forgetting, remembering, forgetting. Who can ever be sure? Is I think you saw the first reveal of I'm Vegapunk, and then immediately forgot. Like you saw it in passing and immediately forgot because there was a port predictions where you brought up Vegapunk and essentially described her. I'm trying to remember which Vegapunk it was because my brain is
It's Lilith.
Lilith. That's right. Yeah.
Because we were all side-eyeing each other, and it was like, there's no way.
There's no way she didn't see something.
Yeah, it was too specific. And I remember the moment that Lilith was revealed, and I was like flipping through old One Piece, and I'm like, they didn't technically ever like give Vegapunk like pronouns. We're just all sexist. Like we all just thought like it was.
That was another one of those weeks of the One Piece fandom where just like in general everybody was like the SpongeBob meme in his brain of like we forgot his name, but also like the three of us in spoiler chat being like, all right, everybody shut up, shut up.
It's a herspital. We're the ones who are wrong.
It's a herspital. It's a herspital.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
also
god.
combing through the microfiche, like looking for any evidence before, like, how did we miss this?
It was right there. It was right there. How did we? Jeez.
So there are how many Vegapunks? There's Vegapunk
Seven?
proper,
Eight,
which is
right.
which
or no,
is-
the 7 because it's 6 of his. I guess deadly
satellites.
sins, and then him.
no.
Yeah.
The 6 deadly. Well, Molly with Vegapunk, it's the 7 deadly sins.
Gluttony. Oh, gluttony, sloth, greed.
Yes, it's 7.
Yeah.
So it's Vegapunk, Shaka, that represents logic, Lilith, that represents evil, Edison, that represents flair, Pythagoras, that represents wisdom, Atlas, that represents wrath, and York, that represents desire.
And peppermint patties.
No, I want to.
Something that I forgot. Something that I forgot about York is her snack dump nap ability. It was
I'm
like
sorry,
the first
what?
thing they explain about this character is her eating a bunch of food, her go take a shit. Oh, I'm sorry, I'd take a poopy, and then go take a nap. And I was
Censor
like,
both.
why don't I remember this at all? I don't remember this at all. There was just so much
it was a
information
busy
coming
time.
at us. Yeah. It's also like the range of these chapters as they came out was also the summer of the Uta movie, the Film
One Piece
Red
Film
stuff.
Red.
So there was just and it was like One Piece Day. A lot of live action stuff was happening. Like it was that July that was like the One Piece. It was the One Piece.
It's the summer of One Piece.
It
It's
was our
Hot
Wano
Wano summer.
Yeah, that was our Hot Wano
That
summer.
lasted frickin' 9 months.
Yep.
Also, VegaForce 1 is such a cool giant robot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very Al-coded.
That's such
Old
an Al
references
robot.
to like
did this.
Gigantor in the design with like the big helmet with the spikes coming out of either end. It's just great. It's great.
Al loves it.
This is Al's arc. It's Al's time.
Al and Frankie, and then like a little bit of Usopp. It's their time. It's their
I
time.
feel like Usopp's about to have a bad time, though. I don't know. Usopp's always about to have a bad time.
Yeah.
Usopp
He
makes
deserves a
himself
win.
have a bad time. You know, when does it
Sometimes
stop
you got it,
being
though.
his fault, and when does it start being a self prophecy? You know,
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
that's the one.
Got it.
That's
Got it in one.
That's the dude. So here's my question. Aside from what was it? Would be Stella is what they call Vegapunk proper.
Prime.
Vegapunk Prime. Aside from Stella, we're gonna take Stella out of this. Of the satellites, which one do you like the best?
Lilith.
Shocked
Lila
and shocked and
Lilith,
surprised I am.
Lilith and Shaka are my favorites. Don't at me.
Again, not surprised at all in the least.
Yeah,
Brunchy boys.
that's a pretty solid ranking. I mean, York, in part because if no one runs Riot, then I have to. It's like, that's pretty cool. But Shaka being like Daft Punk coded.
Yeah.
Is
Shaka
just-
is like straight up pure cool guy. Mm-hmm. Pythagoras and Edison give me like Metabots vibes, and also a little
Metabots
bit
vibes?
Metabots and like the the Mega Man anime vibes, like the super
yeah.
fighting
Okay, yeah.
robot, like, and so it's hard to not them. Lilith is probably the one that lives the most rent free because of that first moment of
like a
Yeah.
hell of an
I'm
intro.
Dr. Vegapunk, and after years,
I am holding your ship.
yeah,
Okay.
like a little baby. Like
I am
there's,
so sorry.
I think one of my favorite things is each of the satellites gets a time to shine and makes them feel important.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's hard to pick, like truly. But like Shaka being Daft Punk coded, yeah, no, everybody's reasons. Atlas is cute as hell. Like there's impeccable designs and great characters to go along with it. It's
Agreed.
hard because it's difficult because of how much happens in this arc. Truly.
I have to say, York being a character, a feminine character that's just like, yeah, I gotta go take a dump is very funny to me. It's very rare to have a character that's so crass and like physically very traditionally feminine. So I think that's very hilarious. Not my favorite. Very funny. Not my favorite. I do like how Atlas is like several, like 100 feet tall. Like, it's like, oh yeah, it's the tiny little cute little sheep one that's supposed to be touched. Like, yeah, she's a giant, which I think is really rad.
Well, it's also like all of the quote unquote like femme presenting Vegapunks are like not typically the aspects of somebody that you would associate, I feel like, normally, because we have Wrath, we have like Gluttony, and evil. As they call Lilith just evil.
Straight up evil.
And all of them are femme presenting.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and so like the whole like evil and wrath thing, I feel like I was very, at least in the sense of Catholicism, very femme coded.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if Vegapunk is Catholic or not, but I think it's
Let me tell
Vegapunk
you, there's a
Catholic?
lot of feasts, and half of them are about Mary.
and I just like I like for somebody like Vegapunk to be like, you know what? No, I don't want all aspects of myself to just be me. I want some femmes, I want some masks, I want just some robots, like just like more robot presenting, and it makes for. I mean, obviously it's like Oda designing, but it's like it makes for good character designs in that aspect.
I think Shaka's really cool, but I really got to give it to Edison and Pythagoras.
Yeah.
Mostly because they kind of remind me of Orbot and Cubot from Sonic the Hedgehog.
There it
It's just
is.
like, the dweebs, these
Also,
little robo dweebs. Edison's adorable. I love Edison's little
Yeah.
little jetpack and the little kicky boots. Come on.
Ooh, I gotta go invent a new idea.
I gotta go invent a new idea.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yay.
Alpha 5.
Very alpha.
Very Alpha 5. And Pythagoras just kind of looks like, it's like, yeah, everything's great, it's fine, it's okay.
Pythagoras is very me coded.
Pythagoras is definitely Mark coded. It's like, yeah, that's fine.
That's two different questions. Which one I identify with the most,
That's true.
and which I like the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Also, I misspoke earlier. York isn't my third favorite. Atlas is my third favorite.
Yo,
Yeah.
my friendship with York has ended.
The one I identify
Tell
the
the
most
internet.
with is probably frickin' Lilith, but it's gotta go to
Straight up.
Edison and Pythagoras.
I don't know who I identify. I just like that. I just like it. I know we just saw like 1,000 new characters in
Molly's
Wano,
Marge Simpson
but
holding a potato. I just
I
think
just
they're
think
neat.
they're neat.
I just think they're neat.
I just think they're neat. On the other end of it, I remember complaining so much in spoiler chat to the Buggy Boys about. I know what they're going for. I know what Oda's going for with Vegapunk's design, like the OG Vegapunk. But I hate looking at him. Like
I hate looking at him.
I hate looking at his little lick-a-tongue expression. I hate when they show what he used to look like with his big air balloon head.
The only way we saw him before was as a silhouette, and
Yeah.
there was no way to make sense of it. And now
Now I'm like, I don't know what I was expecting. I don't don't know what I was
Al
expecting.
also designed Vegapunk. I'll be
Yeah.
real. Al designed the hell out of Vegapunk. This is
Yeah.
such an
head is like a kitchen timer that broke.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Vibes.
God.
It's funny though because when all these chapters were coming out, it was also the height of the Barbie Oppenheimer. So it was very
Barbenheimer.
very. There's some Albert Einstein coded character here during the height of a
He knew.
certain movie. Yeah. It's very interesting being like, oh, it's that's the guy from One Piece. Like
That's the guy from One
Free
Piece.
marketing.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think that's the okay. That's sure. That's the guy from One Piece.
There's
you,
somebody
Abby.
out there. There's somebody out there who said that unironically, and I'm here
Molly.
for it. What?
You don't like his like 1,000 head?
No,
You don't think that
I don't
his-
like his.
his-
I don't like his forehead. I don't like his big forehead.
I don't like
And
his
now,
1,000.
now
head.
he
That's-
definitely has to like put ointment in that crevasse where
Oh,
his
God.
brain once was.
It's just out
think
to
he
the
stores-
world.
Do you think he stores soup in there?
He could. Frankie
Chowder.
could probably help him out.
Why?
Why not?
No, chowder specifically.
He looks like a chowder guy, you know.
Lap it up with that tongue.
Die.
Hey, well, we're talking about things that kind of disgust us.
We already
while
talked
we're
about
here,
Rob Lucci.
no, Oda decided to introduce another character. Oda decided to introduce another character that what is this person's name?
Describe them.
It's Doc Q with the sick fruit.
No,
And
Doc Q's been around.
well, we don't see the Doc Q doing the whole like, hey, here's okay, here I'm gonna complain now. Okay,
Please do.
We get to see Law, and Law is transformed forcibly into a girl. This is more times we're seeing this in One Piece. By the way, more times we're seeing this in One Piece, and all of his crew goes bananas. It's like, can we just keep him this way? It's just like, first of all, no. That's awful and rude and mean, and don't do. It's like, you're better this way. It's like, first, that's okay. That's your captain. At least a modicum of respect here, please. Okay, I don't care for Law very much, but that's your captain. Respect your captain, and also, can we stop having this happen in these cases? The way it's put together and framed for the whole like gender shenanigans, it's always freaking negative. It's like, come on. It's like, again, I think we talked about it a little bit in the whole like during Wano, during that stuff, and of course during Impel Up and Impel Down. But like, Oda is so close to things and then so immediately slips on 1,000 banana peels and trips into an entire field of oopsie daisies with things. It's like, come on, dude, do you really need to give like all of these situations like this specifically like that? It's exactly the same reason why I don't like the whole headcanon or theory or idea that Crocodile is Luffy's mom. Because the basis of it is all very misogynistic and all very transphobic. It's like, can we stop? Come on. It's an unnecessary scene in what otherwise is a really cool spread of action.
Well,
and
the
because
whole
we get to
thing
see
where Ivankov
Blackbeard
is, like,
again.
using it as leverage is
Ugh,
also
yeah.
really messed up.
Again, exactly. And again, other than that, like, it's a really cool spread of action shots, like the whole ship, like, getting hit, and then like the whole like big splash for them getting attacked by the whole Blackbeard pirate brigade here. And this is like the reintroduction of the Blackbeard pirates is almost, and I know the Blackbeard pirates are bad. I understand the bad guys and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. But it was kind of soured for me with this. It's like, this would have been a really cool thing, and like we get to focus on all that, and it's like sidelined for what is essentially a kind of joke
Oda
at the cost of law and gender in general.
They were like, oh, I can't do fan service of Bonnie anymore. Okay, I'll just fan service Law, I guess.
You didn't need to do what you did to fan service Law. Trust me, there are enough fan artists out there that will do it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
It also seems like, because Law is his wife's favorite, kind of famously.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, well, why don't I put a needle in that, eh? Like, joke's on you, she's into it.
She's the one who started that. But yeah,
But
I hear what you're
I agree
saying.
with you.
Yeah.
But more importantly, hey, Blackbeard's back.
Well, also, like, we actually got to see the Heart Pirates in action. Like, legitimately, like, hey, it's not just our captain. Like, our captain is definitely very powerful, but here's what we can do.
It's the Heart Pirates versus what? Doc Q, Van Augur, and Jesus Burgess, and
Jesus.
The one femme presenting person.
And
Don't know what their
Blackbeard.
name. Yeah.
Oh, and
It's funny because it's like, okay, cool, that's cool, guys. Where was this during Wano? Where was this during Zoe? Where were you?
well, I mean, they were just waiting for. I mean, in Blackbeard's defense, that's exactly what should have been done. It's like, back off, let Luffy and Law and Kid do all this stuff, and just kind of chill and bolster your own ranks while they take care of these people who are in your way. It means less people in your way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like every time we come into contact with Law's crew, they've fought off screen, and this is the first time in like 300 chapters that we've seen them fight. It's just like, why did you have to wait so long? Like, this is cool.
Where was
saw-
Law's crew fighting, not where was Blackbeard's crew fighting?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Because we saw Beppo and Law were the first ones we saw during not Ebus Debus. Sabaody, because they were there on the island when it all went to crap with the Worst Generation. So that was and with the various movie cameos and things like that. But this is the first time we've actually seen them. And the one thing I'll say, Kane, I'm not saying this as an excuse for their poor behavior, but Law's crew, the majority of Law's crew has been with him since Corazon died. So they're basically like, imagine your toxic high school friends, but you're still friends to this day, and they still influence the stuff happening around you. Basically,
Beppo would never.
La and
Beppo would
Beppo
never.
matured, but these two, Sachi and Penguin, did not.
Boo.
That's how I think about it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that is the vibe I pick up on that.
I'll throw my rocks.
Yeah.
Please do.
It's cool to see Blackbeard fight. I'm gonna be real. Like, Blackbeard fighting is so freaking rad. I'm beginning to kind of like.
Don't say it.
I'm beginning to
No.
like the theatrics and showmanship that's coming out of
No.
Blackbeard all the time.
That's how
shake
they get
hands with
you.
Kdin.
No.
like he's awful
You need a
and
bad
terrible
guy
and
that you
everything.
want to see get punched,
But
and the way to do that is to show them being really evil
Okay.
and good at their job.
As
like,
a storyteller, I'll allow that.
Like, we saw a bit of the showmanship back when, I'm sorry, Molly, I'm going to bring it up, when he killed Whitebeard and took his devil fruit.
His father.
But the thing is that, like, this is like him after, again, this is him after the time skip. He's gotten way more skilled and way more sure of himself, and he's playing so much more to, like, this dude is a theater kid. He's playing to the back of the room with everything he's doing. And I kind of love it. I kind of love that energy coming from Blackbeard because, like, you're going to have eventually Blackbeard and Luffy are going to fight. And you're going to need to have that, like, diametrically opposed yet similar, like, chaotic force energies ramming up against each other. So, like, Luffy's Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny kind of, like, fighting style versus the theatrics and showmanship of Blackbeard. I can't wait to see this. This is going to be awesome. So, like, the more I see of glimpses of Blackbeard fighting, the more I'm just like, yes, show me more. I want to see more.
It's going to be a fight of very different brands of Riz.
Exactly. So much. It's going to be
believe you
Riz
said
all
that,
over the
Al.
place.
All right, you know what?
gross.
Friendship with Kdin and Al is over.
No, what's good?
I'm just kidding. No, it's I mean, truly,
Oh, Mark's
this is
here.
interesting.
Never mind.
Mark, sit down. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, I love you. I care about you,
Me
Mark.
too. I care about you.
Shake hands with Mark.
What?
The three of ours friendship with Molly is over.
Legally, you can't get rid of me after my quiz show. You're all my friends.
That's
damn
true.
it.
We're all
That was-
Molly's
That's
best friends
true.
legally.
That was a
Legally.
tax-free gift. You can't give
Binding.
that back.
It was a tax-free gift.
Yeah. No, I just don't like, much. Yeah, I know. I just.
one of the things that I like that they are doing without making him completely all powerful and like all knowing is he's had a plan, and so far we've seen 2 steps of it where he's gone, oh, this isn't right. This isn't what I knew. This isn't what I predicted. Like heading to Amazon Lily and being like, oh, this isn't oops. And then, and running. And then with this, him seeing Law in his awakened form, like, wait, what? This isn't, and like he didn't, that didn't necessarily change. Well, I guess it did change the outcome a little bit, but it shows that he's been working. He's been doing his research. He thinks he knows the limits of certain characters that we know. And I think, unfortunately, third time is going to be the charm. And whatever his next step is, I think is is unfortunately going to go flawlessly.
The thing is,
Yeah.
the difference between doing research and being in the field is that, yeah, it's like no crap that his theories aren't holding that much water because, you know, by the time information gets to him, it's already old information when you think about it. Like, he knew that Law was leaving Wano. You know, maybe not Law particularly, but he knew that people were leaving Wano that had devil fruits. He was going to intercept them and take those. But, you know, he saw the headline that Big Mom and Kaido are defeated, but didn't take into account what that meant XP leveled for the people involved. And was like, uh-oh.
But also, like, we've only seen one other character capable of getting into these situations and then basically escaping fine, and that's Luffy. Like, they basically have the same ability to get into this completely, like, checkmated position and then just nope out of it. Which is kind of scary to see in a villain.
Get the good lol JK,
Yo, he's
and then
just
just
built
like peacing
different.
out.
Yeah, she's built different.
I don't like the implications of that guy.
Which guy?
Yes.
This pie
Okay.
guy.
Hey, can I introduce the implications of a guy that I'm pretty sure Molly absolutely adores?
Marco.
Marco?
No.
White.
When Bonnie makes Chopper and Luffy and herself old, and then makes Jimbei into baby, and then the next chapter we get to see Seraphim clone
Oh,
baby
yeah.
Jimbei.
What I-
You
And
got
we have
double
a
baby
name.
Jimbei.
Before we get there, I want to talk about how Bonnie undresses to like, you know, to get all the water out of her clothes with the three most asexual coded characters on the Straw Hats. And I'm like,
It's true.
Thank you
Thank
for
God.
this, Oda. Thank God for this. Thank God Sanji's not around. Like, to everyone fully undressing and just being casual. It's like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Thank God.
Oh, we'll get
Hey,
to that one.
Sanji, please go away.
But yes, I do love baby, sweet boy, baby. You've seen Zaddy. Now get ready for sweet boy, baby Jimbei. Familyless Jimbei.
Jim
You
baby.
get two versions of
Yeah.
it too. One actual baby Jimbei and then clone baby Jimbei.
Yeah. Which is interesting because it's like a rare Pokemon. It's like a different colorway.
And here's the shiny, here's
Yeah.
the regular, here's the
a
shiny
rare
variant.
Pokemon who immediately tries to kill Robin.
Yeah. Not
Sure,
cool.
Yeah, that's
Danger,
I mean,
baby.
Yeah. No, almost kills Nami. And then also kind of attacks Robin,
and Usopp.
and Usopp.
Yeah, Frankie's fine. I do like how we get
Frankie's okay.
He is fine.
Frankie present. I do like
Doing radical things.
how
Yeah.
of everybody's like, yeah, I'm gonna dress futuristic, and Jimbai's like, no, this is my first vacation in a long ass time. Give me that Hawaiian shirt, baby.
Him and Sanji, like, and listen, I don't want to talk about Sanji, but him being like, everyone's like, wow, this is so like from the future, and this is so crazy. And then Sanji be like, this is just Hawaii. Like this, I guess I don't have Hawaii there. It's like this is just Alolan, like Aloha, and like this is just
Alolan?
yeah.
You all right there, Molly?
That's the one.
Just Sanji forgot his suitcase, his carry-on, and so he's borrowing from Jinbei.
For a man who like literally wears the nicest suits as like an everyday look, he truly picks the worst fashion that is not a suit in any other choice.
True.
Any
It
other
makes sense. It makes sense.
It's like
Suits are easy.
yeah, but I also feel like whoever taught him fashion originally was like, I can't help you if it's not a suit. This is all I know, child. Go.
You can tie a tie and put
And
on
he's been
dress
clutching
shoes.
to that. Yeah.
He doesn't have a fashion sense. He just wears suits.
He does.
Except
That's the difference.
canonically, Oda has said that out of the Straw Hats, Sanji, Nami, Usopp, and Robin are the ones that do actually have fashion sense.
I believe all but one.
And that's why only in the times that you see people dressed up in certain ways, Oda has said, like, Luffy doesn't understand how to dress well. I don't know why I'm making a point to say this, but Luffy does not know how to dress well. He'll dress goofily like he did in Dressrosa, but like dressing well, like in Strong World, where they're all wearing suits at the end, it's because somebody told him to wear that or dressed him up. And that goes for like Zoro, that goes for all of them.
I just want to say that Jinbei wearing the funky fresh like boots with the bottom parts that he got from Wano and then the Hawaiian freaking shirt. It's like this is his first trip to Disneyland and he doesn't necessarily want to be there, but it's also the vacation. So he's just like, I'll be damned if I'm not going to have a good time. And then he comes out wearing this. And I can only imagine Jinbei's partner being just like, you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to change.
Honey?
None of this goes together. None of this goes together. You're gonna need to bring the outfit together. You're gonna need to bring the outfit together, honey.
Lock it up.
Because
I also
absolute
Eyes here.
shenanigans.
as judgy as we're being, I do like the idea that the people who've been living in very constrained lives, like prior to being a Straw Hat, having the autonomy to wear whatever they want now in
I
life.
do agree with that. Yes, I definitely do agree with that.
It's like, I just have to acknowledge that this is just silly, but I also want them, do you know what I mean? Like, they're having a different type of freedom, and I want them to have that.
They went to a school with a uniform for all their life, and then finally,
Yes.
a clothes budget.
They saw a Hawaiian shirt and have never worn patterns in their life, and was
This
this is the coolest thing ever.
Do you think Frankie gave it to him?
I bet Frankie and Jinbei could share clothes.
I guarantee you
Yeah, but
that's
thi-
probably
this one-
Frankie's
this one-
shirt.
No, this one came from the tube.
It did.
This one came from the island.
But for
I'm
future headcanon, I want to say Frankie and Jinbei can share clothes.
Yes, agreed. Handshakes with Molly. Handshakes with Molly.
Handshakes. This is canon.
This is canon. Handshakes. This is canon.
Hello.
She just texted Oda, it's canon.
God.
Yeah, sorry.
So funny.
You're done. You're done.
You're done.
What else happens in these dang chapters?
A lot. Hey,
Okay.
A lot,
So
a lot,
much.
Molly. I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying to do my best to remember everything. But
So here's one. I think
what's up?
my favorite panel, let alone my favorite piece of information that we got, was not only was the knowledge of O'Hara saved,
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
but Jaguar
Yeah.
D. Sol is still alive.
He's okay.
Yep.
And the shot of Robin crying tears of happiness brings you back immediately
Yeah,
and
to,
feel
like,
all of those feelings.
yeah, but also
Yeah.
like her trying to smile through her pain is like what he taught her, and it's like, oh, da she.
Dada shish.
That was great.
the
When
one.
I read that chapter originally, I was crying when I saw that. We were screaming in spoiler chat. I was like, oh my god, thank goodness. Also, I love Vegapunk showing up to press F to show his respects, and Dragon being like, "What are you doing here, you freak?" And it's like, chill out. He's like, "You sell out. You sell out." Ugh.
Also, Vegapunk in his 40s looks like one of those, like, clowns from the skee ball machine.
Oh my god! Yeah, you're right, Al.
He's so pinball, bowling pin with fuzz on it.
Wow. I don't like that, but that is accurate. that's not your burden to bear.
Yeah.
That's just accurate.
But also to backpedal a little bit to Mark's favorite panel from what we just saw. Just before that, I don't know if y'all noticed, Saul's running in a very specific pose that is reminiscent of something.
Well, Saul was also the one that taught Robin to always smile, and it's the dada she, like the she Luffy, possibly Nika laugh. So there's some sneaky stuff. I've been picking up on that. Sneaky.
Maybe we're all Nika. Maybe that's the one piece, is that everybody is actually a cartoon character. Did you think about that?
Did they think about that?
Did Oda think about that? Do you think Oda do you think Oda's gonna remember to draw this cartoon like a cartoon?
Oda is going to be the one to revive Tom and Jerry. Everyone's going to be like, what's the next One Piece manga going to be once he finishes One Piece? And it's just going to be like, he's just going to go into doing like Japanese translations of Tom and Jerry manga. As was his destiny.
Funny.
What a retirement.
There's a lot of info dumping. Just to begin with, I love the aesthetic of this world, like this little island that Vegapunk has carved out for himself. It's like fun, futuristic. It's very like everything's like a shape, like lots of circles and square shapes. I like that it's technology, but it's that level of technology where it's like, it's the future. I don't have to explain to you. It's like I don't have to explain to you how it works. It just works. You just push a button and food happens. What do you want from me?
That's just how things work here. Stop being weird about it.
But it's also like awesome because it's like Vegapunk's whole like idealism is to bring that is to bring that to the public, which is like, controls the resources, controls the world, controls the power.
And there's that whole downtown area of like holograms of like monsters fighting and stuff, just as I guess city entertainment as people walk around and look at stuff.
The one thing I wasn't clear on is that the people in the town, aside from the Vegapunks, are those real humans or are those like all robots? Because,
we'll find out next time on a new episode of One Piece.
But it's also just like, I mean, it does seem like paradise, but it's also, things are happening now. And, I don't want to jinx them or anything, but it's not looking good.
That's funny. That's so funny.
Oh my God.
I can't get into detail because it is actually next episode, so we'll talk about what's going on. But
what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I like the world. We also get a crazy piece of information. I mean, we get lots of information, but the robot that looks futuristic is actually 900 years old.
Oh yeah, the
Who
one.
Who would have ever thought about
robot?
that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It's almost like there's a century that's like in a void.
But we
That's
all
like 100
assumed
years,
we
though.
all assumed that the Void Century was like ancient history, when in fact it could be like Star Wars, where it's a long time ago and very far away, and it's the future. It's they had the technology, and then they went back to the Dark Ages.
It's very far away in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Yeah, this probably happened at the All Blue, just to make it relevant, probably.
Wow, just to really tie up all the ends.
Yeah, just to put it all together.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Why has nobody been able to find the All Blue? There you go.
I mean, honestly,
Got him.
it could be. We don't know. We just don't
Roasted,
know.
Oda. I got your number.
Whoa. Oda's like sweating because he's trying to like tie all these.
Kden's
like,
texting Oda now.
Oh.
I am the author now. I am the
Wow.
author.
I am the captain. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, we'll move on from there, I guess. I keep bringing things up for you guys to talk about, and then you guys are like,
keep
that's
doing
crazy.
it too. It's like that's crazy,
Yeah,
wild.
huh.
I do.
I can't.
I bringing it back to what Al was saying though, like, I feel like Dragon just shows up to be just like, am I still relevant? I'm still relevant. Hello, everyone. I'm relevant once more. Here I am talking to Vegapunk, and I could have completely talked about this way earlier, but anyway, here I am being Dragon. It's like, this dude. I kind of hate Dragon. It's a complete opposite energy of like how I was feeling about Blackbeard. It's like I think I've had enough of this guy. I think I've had enough of Dragon and his shenanigans. I think I'm done with him. I think I'm friendship with Dragon is over. I think I'm with Molly. Friendship with Garp forever. Friendship with Dragon never.
It's so funny. It's like when you see Dragon and you be like, you look at Ace, you look at Garp, you look at Luffy, and you go, this guy's related to you guys? This guy's a buzzkill.
Luffy's like, that's my dad. It's like, is it really? Are you sure? Are you positive? Because the family resemblance is piss poor at best.
Yeah.
I mean, as of right now, with all the information we know about Dragon, the only thing the D can stand for in his name is just drama queen.
Yeah,
It's very unclear.
or just dragon. It's dragon, monkey, dragon, dragon. Dragon, dragon,
That
rock the
explains
dragon.
it. He's a Goku dad.
Oh no.
He's a Goku dad. So terrible and not around.
Yep. No, it's just wild because it's like, as the like, am I still relevant? As Kdin was just saying, it's also like, are we also going to tie in the revolutionary stuff right now? Like right now, we're going to do that right now.
Is this what we're doing?
That's not a later thing. We're going to do this today. Okay, I guess. I just didn't know. I'm sorry. So yeah, he's there.
there is so much.
There's so much.
I just want to get through this stuff so I can talk about the stuff I want to talk about. You know what else? You know what else happens? Everyone's favorite wedding guest,
Yeah.
Stussy. Stussy's in the house. Stussy's in the house. Kdin, what are your thoughts on Stussy? Because they gave
Tell
us a
us.
lot, and I feel
What
like
are
it's
my-
your brand.
What are my thoughts on Stussy?
Yeah.
What are my thoughts
Look with your
on
special eyes.
with your Well, first of all, I'm still kind of stuck on the name Stussy.
That's
For
kinda Stuss.
a lot of reasons, I'm stuck on the name Stussy.
Teehee.
Do you think Oda realizes what he's doing?
Yeah.
You really think that he's just like, yeah, no, this is fine. I'm
At
gonna
this
name
point,
name this lady Stussy.
At this point, we've got like 3,000 plus characters in this one universe. Yeah, he's definitely at the bottom barrel of names at this point.
Scraping together what he can.
Or it's like an incredibly specific reference we're not getting, and it's close enough to the original name that it has to work.
It's also hundreds of names and then nicknames for those names.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Luffy, the Luffy effect. Which, speaking of, as a quick aside, another, somebody else calling Luffy out for his nicknames. Whereas Sentomaru is like, hey man, don't just take my whole vibe and make a nickname. We're not friends. Like,
Shut up, Battle Axe.
that
could
was
be,
pretty
though.
great. Yeah, but we could be if you weren't playing.
And I mean, that was also the point where we see Lucci's like god awakening type of thing with his fruit, where he's also got like the
He's full furry now.
Yeah, the black fire.
We don't claim him.
No,
We
no.
don't claim him.
He's in a party all of his own.
He's the toxic part of the fandom.
He really is. He's that one is like, no, we don't associate with you. Like your fursuit
done.
looks great, but
You're
we
done.
hate you.
You're done. All right. You're allowed to
Like-
be here because it's a public space, but you're done. You're done.
You're done.
There's
So
so much.
he saw all the anime with like fascism as the opponent, and it was like, ooh, I like all their merchandise.
I like all their merchandise. Jesus Christ,
Am I
Al.
wrong?
No,
Fun.
I just never thought about it, and I don't like it. I don't
I
like that
also
you're
don't
right.
like it.
I don't like that you're right. I also don't like the idea that there's just merchandise out there.
The fascism
Is
merchandise.
it, you know what it is? It's those made for you T-shirts on the Facebook ads. That he's just buying. Oh man, what were we talking about?
Under his
Oh,
white jacket.
Yeah. Rob Lucci. This is
Pigeon
coming
guy.
from. This is coming from somebody who just had coffee with a friend who came for me because I was like, you know how I feel about villains, and I started talking crap about Rob Lucci. My friend was like, if it weren't for the laws of this land, I would have killed you. Would have killed you long ago. Yeah, somebody who I could have waited to see for another 10 years. You know, I complain about Crocodile all the time, but I actually would have preferred Crocodile to this nonsense.
Well, Crocodile's busy. Crocodile's busy bullying Buggy, as he should.
Hot.
I think that Okay.
Sorry.
We'll unpack that later.
The intrusive thought one. Sorry.
Intrusive thought one. I
Listen,
think
I'm just. Yeah, go ahead.
You could have said honk, but you went for the other one.
I think
Like, Kane, no, we'll talk about it later. Kane, go ahead.
I think my favorite part of it is now we just get to see Gear 5 whenever Luffy wants. I think that's the real takeaway. The real winner is us because we get to see Gear 5 all the time now.
Yeah, but also I'm terrified because we know for a fact that that's shaving off years of his life.
Whatever. The
What if he
manga's got to
gets
end
to the
eventually.
One
The
Piece?
manga's
What if he
got to
gets to
end
the-
eventually.
What if he gets to the One Piece and he's like, finally, the one, and has a heart attack and dies?
I don't know.
Stop texting
What
Rhoda,
if?
please.
He doesn't respond
Molly,
anyway.
What if
Doesn't
that
mean he's not reading
happens?
them.
It'd make me sad.
Mark,
Okay.
break Molly's phone quick.
No. I have pictures of Garp on there. Step back. It's scary. I don't like the implications of it. It's cool and I love it, but I'm also like, okay, honey, like these are bad habits.
Okay, honey.
Okay, honey. All right. You know, you have a whole crew. Okay, girly. You have a whole crew of people who would love to help you. Like, can we, like advise with them before you just go full Super Saiyan like it's nothing?
Nah, sometimes you just got to go full Super Saiyan.
Well, Kdin, do you like Stussie's powers?
I do like Stussie's powers.
I do. Yeah,
I do like Stussie's powers.
it's pretty cool. We also learn some other stuff about Stussie.
Yeah, Stussy being a member of the Rocks Pirates.
That, and also the wedding guest Stussy is not the OG Stussy. Mm-hmm. That is the clone Stussy, and the real
first...
Stussy is still out there, who maybe had intercourse with Whitebeard, and Vegapunk knows about it for some reason.
Who maybe had
Vegapunk's
intercourse with...
No,
I love-
seeing Stussy and seeing Edward, they don't make Ed Jr.
The thing of every time we learn new things about the Rock Pirates, the thing that I hate that we keep like it keeps being apparent to me is that I don't know if this was with you guys. I had friends in high school, like a group of friends who all just kept dating each other. Like they would break up, these two people would get together, they would break up, and they've all interdated. And I feel like every time we learn something new about the Rocks Pirates, that's the vibe. Everyone has been with everyone, and they all hate each other now.
Just the incestuous friend group was the Rocks Pirates.
Yeah.
Molly, I'm going to say I kind of understand what you're saying, but also, no, I was 13 in high school. So, so definitely no, I do not remember that.
I understand. I didn't do most high school things due to certain family situations, so I understand not fitting into the normal. But
handshake with Molly.
Handshake. But I'll say this now: they were right in Riverdale. That does happen.
Also, didn't watch Riverdale.
Handshakes, me too. I just know from the internet.
Just Tumblr. You Tumblr kids. Teehee.
And all the fanfics I read. Teehee.
Molly's stumbling.
Hey, so we're gonna keep going back to Kdin. Hey, Kdin.
Hi, what's up?
You know how you were talking about the government? Speak on that. No, you know how you were
What about
Do you
it?
really?
Thought?
Is this my go off queen? Because I have things to say.
well, we learned the depths of not everything that that Vegapunk was working on, but him developing a new type of synthesized blood that can contain the lineage factor of which can bestow devil fruit powers that don't have the curse, for lack of a better word.
The curse.
And we see an unfortunate reference to to what do I want to say, Mr. Pink,
I don't know.
right? No,
But it is
what's
a baby. It's the baby guy.
Yeah, the
Right?
baby man.
Yeah.
Little baby man. So Jinbei,
All right.
the
Sorry, baby. Sorry.
Sorry?
nope, hate that.
Sorry, baby.
You have to this man has to be stopped.
Baby Jinbei, Seraphim Jinbei, was given the swim fruit so that he can swim everywhere, presumably.
So he can swim. Let him swim. Let him cook.
Let the boy swim.
Let him swim.
It was just one of those things that is like, okay, they've been able to successfully synthesize Zoan fruits, and that's part of the thing with or Smile is unrelated, but it's kind of similar, but it's more about the blood than
It's
about the fruits.
tangentially related, not directly, but tangentially related.
But being able to synthesize Zoan fruits, depending on who has all of that information, who has all of that data, can be. I mean, we've already seen what Smile can do and what the Beast Pirates were able to do.
Correct.
But being able to perfectly replicate Zoan fruit, especially with how many legendary and god-like Zoan fruit are on the table. I think things just got a little bit more terrifying.
Can I say I was
You don't
rereading the
say.
homework for today before stream and being like, hey, haha, just realized crazy how he says Zoan, and we found out a couple chapters ago that it's not actually the Gomu Gomu no Mi, it's the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. That is a Zoan fruit. So that's only slightly terrifying to think about.
Well,
Also, the Buddha.
You're gonna get recasted. You're gonna get recasted, Luffy and Sengoku.
Well, Sengoku was complicit.
Yes.
So either or maybe he's not, but whenever he dies, whether it's in the show or not, they could utilize. Well, no, I guess they would be able to utilize it once he's dead because the fruit would respawn somewhere else. But
I think it depends on if, however they're doing this is done consensually, because like even Jinbei didn't understand how they were able to clone him because he clearly didn't consent to whatever, however means that they did it.
I mean, yeah, duh.
this government doing things consensually?
But I'm just saying, because Jinbei wasn't aware of it, like there might be things that even Sengoku's not aware of. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So they might not even wait for him to die, but he's in that like retired but still at work phase like Garp's in. So it's like he's still around.
Retired but still at work phase.
Yeah,
it could have been honestly, it could have been a blood test, or it could have been something that was presented as something like normal.
well, I think
Here, spit in this cup just for fun.
I think
All
for
right.
like somebody like Jinbei, yeah, that's probably what it was. It was probably a requirement to be, like a health screening or something.
Absolutely.
But it's like, to me, it's like I just wonder. Sengoku's so high up in the Marines, even prior. I mean, he definitely knew that this was going on at the time 2 years ago, as he was like the number one guy. But I wouldn't put it past him to know of it and consent to giving the scientists whatever they need for his research. So, but I think obviously Jinbei doesn't know, but that's not cool.
That's not cool.
Don't hold my hand. Don't use my blood. I don't know. No, it's just don't, man. It's just
Don't do it.
It's
Just don't do it.
They also, not only do they take these people's blood to make clones of them without their permission, they're actual people that are controlled by, like, chips. Like, it's not that they're robots, they're like, being commanded by a chip that has hierarchy.
Yeah.
Where, like, the cops can command, and then the cops' bosses can command them better than that. It's like, it basically puts the people with the most power in charge of the thing.
Literally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what we see here is the tag of the various members of various hierarchies being able to control the Seraphim.
Yeah, they get superseded by new orders.
And
Which is like wild to me because it's just like I mean like from like a normal aspect, even if they weren't humans or like somebody with feelings and thoughts and things like that. Just the idea that these are children and this is stuff that they maybe have been taught is like what they have to do. Like it's so sad seeing Jinbei, like child Jinbei, look so frowny. Like he, out of all of them, feels the most like I don't want to be here. Like they keep giving him half-lid eyes, and it just makes me so sad. And it's just like, but these kids don't know any better, and I don't know. It's like I wonder how, knowing that now, how like maybe like the Straw Hats or like Luffy is going to influence them to maybe be like make your own decisions or something. But it just makes me sad.
I want to see them. Listen, I think Robin deserves a bunch of children to raise. Hey, look, there's a bunch of children that Robin can just immediately adopt. They don't have real parents anyway.
It's kind of par for the course for the Straw Hat Pirates to liberate oppressed children. So
Exactly.
Oh, we got to see the kids from Punk Hazard at the beginning of this.
Oh
too.
yeah, that too.
We did.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, there's just so much going on. We finally see some new women Marines for the first time since the show started.
Of course Molly would remember this. Of course Molly would remember this.
I love Dolly. I love Dolly, such a cool character.
Yeah, when she popped up, Molly was like, "Hello, Dolly."
Yep. Yeah. Yes, actually.
Jesus.
Shout out to the theater kids.
But also shout out to Dolly Parton. I love her. I would die for her. But we see Marines who we only had seen prior in chapter covers. These kind of like, we're the new generation of Marines. We're not your ordinary recruits. And like looks in camera, like doing
your mom's
TikToks.
generation of Marines.
It's very like Gen Z. If Gen Z went to the Marines.
If Gen Z went to the Marines, luckily enough, they're smart enough not to.
And it seems
I
like
wear
all
a hat,
of
but different.
all of Kobe's peers have crushes on him. Every single one of them is a Kobe stand.
We also we're in JoJo now.
Got two of my hotties in this group of chapters. We got Marco, which we'll talk about, but Garp shows up. Garp's like, whatever, get in your kids. We're gonna go to McDonald's and then go save Kobe. Get in. I can do what I want.
Coffee.
Yeah. But that was a funny way where it's like, where are you? It's like, what do you mean? I'm outside. Can't you hear the horn? And it's like do 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 do. Yeah. But a lot of cutting between like what are the Straw Hats doing right in this moment? What's Garp up to in this moment? What's Pudding up to in this moment?
I was about to say we found out that the Blackbeard Pirates captured Pudding, which is for her ability is terrifying.
Yeah. And it's truly what really scared me in this bunch the first time we read it, like 6 months ago, is that immediately, for the first time truly ever, the chapter cover stories intersected immediately into the main story. And that is so scary, where it's like we're coming to a point in One Piece where it's not just background stuff happening for the sake of like, what's going on. All of this stuff is relevant now, and it's like you really got to pay attention.
Relevant.
Yes. Because even
No, we were already there.
even the chapter where there's like info dropped on Stussy, the chapter cover for that one talks about Mads, the scientist, and we find out that OG Stussy is a layabout Mads resident. So everything is like connecting now with the chapter covers. And that's crazy.
All the threads are getting closer and closer together. Like,
Yeah.
where it feels like the story is approaching the end, and that's terrifying for something that has been around for that. Like, one, it's super exciting to be in One Piece while this is happening, but on the other hand, it's also, this has been decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really feel the pace that he's setting now, which is why when he says, it's going to be, next year or the year after he's going to finish One Piece, it feels like it. Like he feels like he means it this time, and it's really scary. It's like we've been on a children's ride this entire time and not knowing that we've been,
all of a sudden there's a man behind you.
Click. There's a man behind you, and you're going up like you didn't realize it was a roller coaster, and it's like you're like click,
The mind's
going
about
up.
to explode.
Yeah, and prompts tomorrow.
Hey, speaking of random flashes, Eustace Kids on Elbaf?
Oh man, he's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Piece of garbage.
He was like, he left and he was like, you guys, we have to stay relevant this time. How do we stay relevant? Let's
We
go
need to
to
get ahead of
Elbaf.
the Straw Hats this time. We
Yeah.
know they have to go. The one with the nose wouldn't shut up about it. This is to make sure we appear in the next arc. We have to go to Elbaf.
We can only listen. We need the screen time. We need the screen time. The fans forget we exist. Please, come on. We need this.
They just made a bunch of our action figures. We have to keep those like being bought off the shelf. All right.
I think there were so many of these chapters where I would reach the end of a page and just be like, ha, 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 just like palpitations of the heart of why help. This is he like Al was saying, he actually is bringing everything together.
Yeah. The amount of times that we finished stream, Kdin, where you would get off and then I'd be like, hey, by the way, new chapter. And we would all just sit quietly and read it and then just be like, what does that mean? Like hold our head in our hands.
Oh,
just
thanks
quietly.
for sharing. Thanks for sharing the group bonding that I'm not allowed to be a part of.
You are
Not
You
yet.
will soon.
You are
yeah.
right there, Kdin.
Also, it didn't really start until we started streaming on Thursdays, which was
Yes.
recently. So like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. It's not
Yeah.
something that's been happening for an extended period of time.
So here's the other thing I really want to bring up, and this is probably the last I feel like the last major character thing that I'm going to bring up.
Stinky.
It's the fact of Zoro is kind of back to Zoro being his usual kind of chill self. His whole he's like not doing much of anything this entire time, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Who woke me up from my nap?"
Well, he died, man. He died, and then it was
Yeah,
like
that's
had a
not the
character reset.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He remembered who he is. He had the Mufasa moment and was like, "Yeah, I really want to go back to napping and guarding the ship."
Hey, it's not the first time he's died, and it probably won't be the last.
Who you
But
are.
like the fact that he goes up against, I'm calling him Mini Mihawk, and has this whole little thing. It's just like, hey, wait a minute. You're like, oh my god, my second master had a kid. All right, time to protect baby, the baby version of my master. It's like, I'm gonna snap you out of this using swords because that's how things work here. But it's just like, the idea that like
How else do
immediately
you
is
tell
like, wait.
somebody to cut it out?
Well, the thing is like
Nice.
Zoro's just like, there we go. Zoro being the one to look and it's like, oh look, there's a spark of humanity in there. It's like, oh, what? Okay, Zoro can feel it. Zoro can feel the reality.
Feel it.
I love that Zoro heard that there was a mini Mihawk running around, and he was like, and like went running to find him, and then immediately was like, hi dad, or like he immediately started doing dad jokes back to Mini Mihawk, and Mihawk's like, oh, his power, like it's so strong.
I learned
But
from the
also-
real version of you how to make dad jokes.
Yeah.
Suck a butt, nerd.
Immediately, I felt like immediately Zoro was like, finally, it's my time after
I
those
get
2
to-
years.
I'm no longer big brother. Now I'm dad.
Yeah, I'm dead.
But does that also mean him, Zoro, saying that? Does that mean he can sense like mantra? Can he hear?
That's
the
a
voice?
good point. Does that mean that he can mantra? Does he?
that mean?
Can he do it?
I don't know if Zoro knows.
Well, no, probably not. Well, that's one of the things of dealing with idiots, and I mean this like 100%. Is idiots go, oh well, I've always been able to do that, and have no bearing for what the hell they're talking about. So with Zoro and with Luffy, especially being like, oh, it's just I have a dad. What? It's a great way.
Dad.
Well, no, that's what it was. It's like, wait a minute, your dragon's son. what? Dragon, your dad. I have a dad? Like, or whatever. Just, it's not playing dumb, it's just them dumb. But in this aspect, it could be something that Zoro's always kind of dealt with, but even more so, he literally came face to face with death, and death was like, vibes.
Yeah,
and it could be something. It could be something that is a result of that.
He came face to face with death, and death was like, "You lost, bud."
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the joke, right? Of why it took him so long to recover. It's because he did get lost back to his body, like Brooke.
It's really funny.
Yeah, you ever think about that?
I do all the time.
Bop, bop.
Yeah, I just love that he immediately was like, "Oh, what are we doing over here, sport?" Like immediately.
What are we doing over here, sport?
I'm surprised you haven't talked about it yet, Kdin. But what do you think about Mini Mood?
I just want to protect these freaking
Your
kids.
daughter.
All I can think about is literally they just gave. It's like, here, Kdin, here's a bunch of kids who deserve better than the way that they're being raised and treated. And I'm just like, you can't keep doing this to me specifically, which is why I'm just like, okay, so Robin adopts all the kids, including but not limited to Bonnie and all the Seraphim. But like, it's just, I can't. Why would you do? Okay. So here's
Go on.
Any person in their right mind would never do anything like this ever, because it's awful, and the horrible like feeling in your mind and heart when doing this kind of creepy science shenanigans is just like, well, that's going to weigh on your soul for the rest of eternity. You can be reincarnated, but it's still going to weigh on your soul, and you're going to remember this because it's so messed up.
It's
and
like, truly...
I'm just like, who would possibly ever think of doing anything like this ever? And then I remember, all right, the government. And I'm just like, whatever. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that's, nah.
Also just like Nazis. Like that is crap they did, man.
It really is. It really is. And it's just like, so I don't know. It's very much, it's what I expected from the Marines.
Yeah.
It's pretty much exactly what I expected from them. But also, these are my children, and if anything bad ever happens to them, I will cry.
Yeah, that's valid. That's totally valid.
I will send Oda such a text.
Oh, he's going to get a strongly worded letter.
Gonna be one of those intimidating length texts.
The amount of debate that sparked after seeing Mini-Me use her powers, because the implications therein of the original Mini-Me's powers of, if you find Boa attractive or have basically dirty thoughts about Boa, you get stoned. So does that mean all of these people are having dirty thoughts about a child?
Jesus Christ. I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Fuck.
And I think Oda made a statement, but it was very like, I think it was very loosey-goosey on his statement. And it was like, yeah, there are a lot of like weird implications, especially with like all the Bonnie talk. There's a lot of like weird implications about children this arc that I'm not like 100% loving. But also real evil in the world out there, so...
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, let's burn the government down, everybody.
Sounds great.
I love Mini-Me, or not
Mini-Mood?
Excuse me, Mini-Mood. I love Mini-Mood blushing when Jinbei thanked her for helping them. She's like, whatever, I don't care.
Whatever, shut up, whatever.
I don't even know who you are. Oh.
Whatever.
She is a pure child. Leave her be.
Yeah, like, don't give me positive reinforcement.
Whatever.
Chopper 2.
Dad, shut up.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't... You just call him Dad? No, I called him, not
Chopper
shut up.
Moody Boogaloo.
Yeah, whatever. And runs away, trips.
None of your business. Shut up.
I love these Seraphim kids. They're so cute. That
Yeah.
being said, I am terrified. I don't want to see everyone as a Seraphim.
Yeah, I think we
I
talked,
don't
I think we
wanna
talked about that
see-
last time.
I know. I don't want to see Moria as a child, and I don't want to see Doflamingo
Moria was
as a
just
child.
a punk as a kid. Like,
Joke's on you. We're gonna.
Well, I mean,
don't
also
wanna.
jokes on you. Oda already drew them like years ago in an SBS. So
Yeah,
like,
and I looked away and forgot about it because I didn't like it.
I blocked it from my mind.
They didn't win because I didn't watch the ads. Okay.
I'm waiting for the other ones. I'm waiting for the other ones.
Well, I also
about
wonder how
expecting
they'll
Buggy?
I wonder how they'll change.
No.
Why not?
Because the timeline doesn't make any damn sense, Molly. It's not happening.
Not necessarily.
But
Could
also,
be-
we've seen Kid Buggy already.
We have, but it could be in development.
Seraphim Buggy is cursed. We don't want that. Nobody wants that.
They're struggling with the failing to win part. It's very difficult to capture.
Like in terms of the new class of the Shichibukai, it was Law, it was Buggy, and it was Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there's a probability, there's a chance that we might see them, but I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
No.
Though I do think it would be funny if Buggy fought himself as a child.
Baby Buggy versus Big Buggy. No, you want me to tell you, I'm gonna be real with you. They would not fight at all. They'd look at each other and be like, cool, neither of us are supposed to be here. Want to get the hell out of here immediately?
they
And
would
Baby
hug
Buggy be
each
like,
other and
let's
run.
go, honk honk, and then they leave.
Like right after I said it, I went, oh no, now I do want it. I want it a
Yep.
lot.
I knew you'd. Yes. Welcome to my side. Hello.
The problem there, however, is this, okay? That assumes that Buggy has the rationale of being an adult in this situation and not just being all about self-preservation, which we know he is. So would actual Buggy protect clone baby Buggy?
Absolutely. Buggy loves himself, and
True.
Baby Buggy includes that.
Are you sure?
He's also gonna see him as a child and remember all of his childhood trauma and be like, "No, here, you're coming with me."
Are you sure about that?
Yes, 100%.
I think it's gonna be something. It's gonna start that. It would start that way, but then he's also gonna think of. We've only seen the negativity from Buggy. I think seeing himself as a young lad.
Yeah.
Can give him an opportunity, depending on the situation, depending on how they present it, could be a way to have him thinking about his time with Roger and his time with that crew and reminiscing and actually like start to come around. But the funnier way to do that is if you make Kid Buggy look like Jeff Ward. Who was the actor that played him in live action? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What if it's not Baby Buggy? What if he doesn't meet Baby Buggy? What if he meets Baby Shanks?
On site.
And then he has to confront his own like, well, I'm not gonna kill a kid, am I? And this dude used to be my friend, and also like, maybe if I take this one and I raise him, I can use him to hurt actual Shanks.
But also be the Shanks I always wanted him to be.
It's just like, yes, here, glue this clown nose to your real nose and join me, and we'll take down real Shanks.
I think I
Join me
know
on the clown side.
I think I know what the scene's going to be. I think the scene is going to be him with Baby Crocodile and Mini Mihawk, and all four of them are going to bully him.
Oh no!
That'd be really funny.
It's the Pepe
really
meme
funny.
of Pepe on the floor crying with his spilt like McDonald's meal.
And it's just everybody putting the boots to him.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
I like the thing that like made me sad when you said mini Shanks is that I immediately thought of Shanks being like, "Oh, Buggy, like, hey, you look awesome." Like, "Oh, wow." And I was like then realizing that like Mini Shanks wouldn't have Shanks's memories. And I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh,
Mini
it's
Shanks
so
would not have
sad.
Shanks's memories.
I hate this fanfic I'm writing right now while we're talking."
Well,
I hate this.
actually, here's the thing. Like, they don't as of now, but who's to say that those memories aren't there, though?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
don't know.
we don't know
Which
yet.
is also why that made me sad.
Oh.
Which is also why that made me sad. Because I feel like if this is not relevant to this episode. I have to talk about this. If Kid Shanks saw adult Buggy, I truly feel like there would be that camaraderie of like, "Shut up, Shanks! I hate you!" But then Shanks also being like, "Yeah, that's our whole bit, but like we're still
That's our whole
bros.
bit.
Like, but we're still brothers. Like we're on Roger's ship together. Like we're still like." You can hate me, but we have to work together to some capacity. And I feel like adult Buggy wouldn't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Why did you bring this up?
Well, there you go. Now you have that.
Why am I crying in this Chili's tonight?
Just like Buggy would. Hey,
Yeah. Oh, no.
to get us back on track, there's a lot of density in this hunk of chapters. Molly wants to talk about Marco, so
we haven't even gotten to Marco yet.
Well, I was gonna
Marco's
say,
there for 3 seconds, but Molly wants to take
dare
5
you.
minutes.
everybody seems
I'm right,
to be
though.
headed towards Egghead.
Why are you booing me?
No, I'm right.
I'm right.
Yes, everybody and their
everybody is
mom
heading.
is
Literally.
like, hey, remember how we've always mentioned this character but never brought him up? Cool, now we're all gonna go. Now's the time.
Miss Buckin, who is revealed to be the original Stussy,
My lady,
Milady,
Milady.
and seems to imply that she's going to take Marco with her, but I don't think he would leave. Is seemingly on her way to Egghead to prove once and for all that Weevil is Whitebeard's child.
And this is just as a quick aside. I don't even. The vibe is very like, you're gonna come with me, Sonny, and here's why. But it's also like, I don't know if Marco's gonna go with him, as you just said. When we saw Marco originally, when Nekomamushi was telling him what's gonna go down in Wano, and he's like, ha, I'm not gonna go. And then he goes. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to tell, but like considering the island was recently waylaid and attacked, I would imagine that he would stay.
The fact that we haven't seen where the rest of the Whitebeard pirates are right now makes me wonder if like if Josu's still alive or any of the commanders are still there. If like maybe
hope so.
Get in contact with them and then bring them to watch the island while he goes and being like, all right, you guys stay here. I'm gonna go see if this guy's actually related to Pops, and then we will come together in a therapy group and decide how we feel about that, since none of us are blood related. But yeah, it's like one of those things where I'm like, that's incredibly interesting. I have no idea how this is gonna play out, but it's also like, why is that relevant right now, aside from the fact that Vegabunk is involved?
I immediately forgot that Buckin was like, I'm gonna go, because the series of panels right after was Kizaru accompanying Saint J. Garcia Saturn, one of the 5 elders, on their way to Egghead.
Yeah.
And I immediately went, nothing else matters. We're boned. We have to get off of this island.
Yeah. I moved that old guy out of the way, and I said, go back to Marco. Go back. Wait, go back.
There's that. Hey,
a lot of lore.
We've talked about how scared. This is scared. This is a scary time.
We
Why are you guys so
recently
scared?
talked about like hierarchies and orders being able to be like taken over. And hey, there's this guy who's now mad about things that are happening right now, who's like top of the list.
Like
Okay.
one of the final bosses is approaching, and we have never seen what these guys are capable of, but we just know that they're the guys behind the room. They're like the higher ups don't even know that these guys are higher up, and there's somebody higher up than them. Like
Everybody's following orders. This guy is in the room making decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
They're in the room where it happens.
Yeah, they are the happens.
Yeah, they are it's the happening. It's I don't want to know what happens when if this guy makes landfall. But I think I'm gonna go around one more time and see if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about that we missed. But just before this was Bonnie seemingly finding all of her dad's memories.
Uh-oh.
And the fact that we didn't go straight into a flashback is worrisome.
Well, here's the other thing.
That she's willing to go. I mean, I would not go to my dad's flashbacks. I don't want to see behind the curtain of probably very. I mean, I understand in this, but I would never.
Well, okay. So the other thing about that is that there's Vegapunk Stella. We're not doing this again. This isn't a Charlotte situation all over again. We're doing this right.
Vegapunk Prime.
Vegapunk Prime. This is Vegapunk Prime. The whole thing with that is that is this like, hey, can you fix Dad? And Vegapunk said, no, there's a reason I can't. And it's just like, uh-oh. What's the reason? Why can't put back why brain not back in father?
And also we see that by hell or high water, he is on his way somewhere.
Yeah.
No one can stop this absolute animal.
When the Taco Bell hits.
When the Taco Bell hits.
Everyone's like, where are you going? We want to talk to you. Running. I have to go.
I gotta get away from you.
We gotta move. We gotta move. 100%. We gotta move energy.
It's all leading to an apex that I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a lot, man.
Why?
And there's no time to process because there's some new. Then Garp shows up telling us that we're gonna go get McDonald's, and then it's like you're processing that you're getting McDonald's, and something else happens, and you're just like, I appreciate the McDonald's, but it's not making this. I would prefer therapy if we could just all gather together and just take a moment. I would appreciate that much more than fries. But the fries help a little bit, you know.
The fries definitely help. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are comfort fries.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
fries don't help, those are some bad fries.
That's my emotional support fries, Dr. Vegapunk. Yeah, it's a lot, dude. It's hard.
Is
I don't know.
there anything we didn't cover or anything that we didn't talk about enough, not counting Marco Molly, that anybody wants to bring up?
Give me a second. I'm playing the chapters back in my head.
Scrolling through the wiki. Sorry, kid.
Did we
Yeah.
mention Stussy being a double agent?
We kind of. Well, I guess we just
Not
talked
really.
about Stussy. We didn't.
We
Yeah.
said
mention
Stussy was present, but we didn't say that Stussy
Talked about their abilities and
bit worst boy.
Yeah.
that was great. That was. I knew
sometimes you
I
just
liked
gotta-
her.
Sometimes you just need to vampire bite somebody and suck all the blood out
Tee-hee.
of them and make them go away.
Teehee. Yo, she was a turncoat this whole time. Wow, that's hot of her. So hot of her.
The one time that I'm just like, okay, all right, the vampires can win this one. That's fine. Allowed, legal.
Legal.
Vampire fandoms rejoice.
I just like the one time someone's got a cool power and it really f's over Rob Lucci is just like it's
Let's
very
do that more,
satisfying.
please.
Yeah, it's very satisfying. Where it's like, oh yeah, you upset about the freak of the week? Well, guess what? They're not even on your side, so it doesn't matter.
Sucker.
Teehee. Yeah.
Literally.
Sleep.
Teehee.
Go to bed forever, Rob Lucci.
Please. No more
Garp.
cameos. No more movies.
Garp, Blackbeard, Law, Kid, what's the light guy's name again? The Admiral?
Kizaru.
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 Yeah, Kizaru is the
And-
one accompanying Saint J. Garcia Saturn.
And the Marines. Everybody
Who's-
on... We talked about Saul. We talked about Vegapunk Land. Okay, yeah. What were you say, Al?
And just mentioning that Kizaru showing up is also terrifying because he's like one of the strongest admirals we've seen.
But he's also like the one who hasn't gotten their comeuppance yet. So I'm like, I hope he gets
this dude's
slammed
gonna
big
get
style.
absolutely freaking reamed eventually.
I
it's
hope
gonna
he's
be
getting
over
slammed
for
big
this dude.
style right now because I'm tired of this guy. Like, really put him in his place. I'm done with him. Yeah, get him out of here. I don't like this. And it's like it's funny because it's like we also saw Akainu being mad at the phone
A little bit. Yeah.
and then, well, I just think it's relevant because it's like, in like Aokiji's just out there being a hottie with the pipes, and then now Kizaru is showing up on a cannonball. Timmy is an
Timmy
average
is
kid.
an average kid, you know?
Yeah.
That would be so funny if Luffy and him fought, and then suddenly it's like all Fairly Godparents references.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
He's just like, I was like, what is happening? And Luffy's like, you've been memed. And he's like, what does that mean? I don't understand. React face. I don't understand. We might have gotten through it. I think all that's left is Marco, unless does anybody else?
That's always true for you, Molly.
All we have.
My question was more: was there anything that people wanted to talk about more that we didn't spend enough time on, in your opinion?
Go ahead, Al.
I just am impressed that Oda can raise stakes again.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen him do that so many times where we're figuring out that we're going to this new location and all this bad stuff is about to happen, and every time it feels intense. And every time he does the same thing, but it feels more intense every time. Like, that is so hard to do consistently. So the fact that he's doing it again, and it's even scarier than it was before, and we just left Wano, like,
It's also like that he can raise stakes and us not be dead to it. Like, you know, like the Dragon Ball Z effect where it's like, well, yeah, Goku's gonna kick his butt. Like, we know Luffy's gonna fight back, but there are, again, like, real stakes to this. Like,
but we've seen these bad guys the entire time. They've just been, like, looming in the background as, like, silhouettes in the sky in the intro. And now they're here, sitting in a chair, saying things.
It's also like with all of the stuff that happened during Wano and not being desensitized to the level of danger escalating again, because it's like we've barely had enough time to process what just happened, and like we barely have finished our victory feast before now it's like we're basically thrown back into the skillet. But this time it's like, you know, like what could have been
the frying pan and into the skillet.
Yeah, that's what everyone knows that phrase. But it's like previously it's like what's at stake here? Like this entire island, this way of life, and then these two Yonkos, basically. It's like that the Yonkos have always been the like we gotta we'll fight back, blah blah blah. And then now it's like, oh, we're just skipping the Yonkos this time and going straight to the world government. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's stressful, dude. I like it here, but it has its moments.
You're just trying to distance yourself while hell comes down on this island. You don't want to get too attached.
It's so funny that I'm saying that because I'm drawing Buggy right now. And I'm like, if this doesn't fully encase how I'm feeling right now in One Piece, I don't know what is.
It reminds me of the frame of Kid, Law, and Luffy being like, whoever dodges last or whoever dodges first is the chicken, and them all going like, ugh! Like it. That's us chapter to chapter, frame to frame.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's I feel like the one time I'm very overstimulated, but I'm not. Like, it's as much as I would rather binge all these chapters in like one go and just be done with it, I'm also just like, take your time because it's, he's wrapping up, like just enjoy it in the moment. But it's like,
don't binge the whole, everybody.
Yeah, it's just very like when these chapters drop, I yell at you guys, and then I go and I find a pillow, and I'm like, and then there's like a 2-week break, and I'm just like, what's the implications of this guy? I love the show.
This is a fun series, everybody.
Yeah,
we have fun here. We do jokes too.
Wow.
Just in case anybody's curious.
No. That sounds fake.
Totally serious time.
Can we talk about Marco now?
Yes.
What
Yay.
more is there to say?
So yes.
Respectfully.
Molly, you have 2 minutes on the clock. Go.
I love him. I'm glad that he's okay. It's interesting. I truly thought when Marco was getting dropped off that that's the last we'd see of Marco until maybe the end of One Piece. So the fact that he's becoming relevant again terrifies me, but also excites me. I also love that all the kids gave him a hard time when he got back. They're like, where were you? It's like, do you check the newspaper? I was a part of that. Also, like, another thing that I've had, like, in the back of my mind this whole time with the Edward Weevil stuff and being, you know, like, I knew that we would get information eventually, but again, I didn't know it would be right now. So it's like, I'm a little worried what that means in terms of the clones. Like, I feel like Weevil might be a prototype 1 of a clone gone wrong from Whitebeard, and the fact that OG Stussy is like, no, you're coming with me. Like, it's like, I'm gonna drag you into the plot whether you like it or not.
Drag you into the plot. Yeah, no, it definitely feels like that.
And it's just like, it's very like, oh, I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm like, it's very like, but what does it mean? What does it mean? And it's really funny because he just got dropped off by Shanks, and he could have been a part of that plot, and he was like, no thanks, I'm too old for plot. And then an older person is like, no, you're going back in the plot. And it's like, what is happening? I love it, but what?
In the plot.
What is happening?
That might be an all-time Molly line.
You're gonna need to isolate that. That's a new sound redeem on Twitch.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie.
Gotta put him back in the plot.
Gotta put it back in the plot.
Simmer for a little while longer.
Let him cook, dude. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
And every day, Stussy becomes more relatable.
You're gonna say
cook.
more like me.
Well, she allegedly may have had sex with Whitebeard, so, you know.
Molly's crossing her fingers. Hey, Kdin.
Hey, what's up? Please, for the love of God, change the topic.
That was about 2 minutes. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about a little bit more, or
I think that's about all for now. I have a feeling we're gonna double back to these chapters to like really like digest some stuff later, both in port predictions and very likely with the comments from our lovely little community. I have a feeling that people are gonna want to have us talk about specific things. But honestly, I don't know exactly what. So I'm going to actually toss it to them to leave a comment and tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about more.
I will say, too, I think we skimmed the surface of it, but we got a lot of info dumping on the devil fruit, what Vegapunk's theory of the devil fruit is, and the artificial devil fruit the different scientists have been creating.
Yeah, we skimmed over it.
And I mean, we'll definitely talk about it. I want to in the future. But I also hate that Vegapunk dropped all of this knowledge on us and ended it with, well, at least that's what I think. And it's like, so it's not.
It's a theory.
Yeah. It's like, don't come at me with your game theory, bro. Like, and it's just like, what does it mean? You're the guy who would know. What does it mean? So I feel like that's like the one thing that people are going to be like, but I just, and they didn't, so we're acknowledging it. You know?
Yeah. It's
Mention God.
We're
close.
We're very much in, like, we thought that it couldn't get any more dense, and yet here we are, Egghead Island.
You're in
and
one.
You're in a dense.
You're in a dense.
Like, I agree. I think similar to...
This egg is hard boiled.
I can't believe what we're going to call this episode. Hey, so... yeah, no. And we got so far away, and then I looked back at my notes and remembered. But yeah, similarly to previous times where we've talked about arcs in various pieces, various slices, if we've left something out, come on, give us a little bit of bit of slack on that.
Please talk to us. Please give us information. Leave us comments. Comment, subscribe, and we mean that wholeheartedly, not the YouTube clickbaity why.
No, not that one. You can leave comments for us on YouTube. You can leave comments for us. If you have Spotify, you can leave comments on our episodes there. If you have Blue Sky, if you have Instagram, Threads, we may not
exist
post
on all
every single day there, but we exist all across the internet.
As
Is that what
a
you were going to say,
Everywhere.
Kdin?
as a palate cleanser for this episode, do you guys think I drew Buggy hot enough?
Yes.
I think he could have been hotter. What do you guys
That was
think?
the yes of any amount of hotness is too hot.
I mean, the amount less Ariana Grande in this one.
No,
Yeah, it's true.
It's more Ariana Grande. What are you talking about?
No, it's a little more gruff.
Ponytail.
Yeah, well,
This
yes,
is-
but a little more gruff than you've drawn
Ariana
before.
Grandissimo.
All right, you know what? I'm deleting everything. I gotta make him prettier. This is
Yeah,
not. This
hashtag-
will not stand.
Hashtag delete your art. So,
Hashtag never delete your art. Shut up.
well, no, no.
Hashtag
Have the
you're done.
bravery to delete your heart. To delete your
You're
art.
done. You're done.
Hashtag delete your heart, says Mark.
That's not what I
Beep
said.
boop.
That's
All
what you said.
information about Marco and Garp
I
deleted.
heard it.
Kate and I've been drinking energy drinks for years. I've already deleted my heart. Hey,
Oh
No, don't do that.
You're just a battery. Your heart's just a battery pack now.
Hey, you remember
exactly.
that broken open battery from earlier in the podcast? That's Mark's heart.
that's my new. That's my new addiction.
We left it in the junk drawer.
You left it in the junk drawer.
Hey, speaking of new addictions, your new addiction should be liking and subscribing
And leaving a comment. And
leaving a
giving
comment
us a
and
rating.
also leave us a rating on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening to us. It helps more people find the show. We love to have more people join the Grand Fleet. But before we go, everybody's going to take an opportunity to put themselves over. Tell them where you can find them on social media. Let's start with Mr. McLeoblorb.
Take it to the chorus.
Get to the chorus.
To the chorus.
I
You can
hate it
find-
here.
Why?
You can find me basically everywhere at Al McClellan Jr. That's ALMCCLELLANDJR. Good
Good
luck.
luck. I just wanted to say it with you.
I mean,
Don't we all?
That's
Okay, how
fine.
about you?
You can find me pretty much everywhere. Kdin Jensen, KDINJENZEN. Pretty much everywhere, legitimately, except for on TikTok. TikTok, it's a real Kdin Jensen or Kdin Jensen VT. VT for my VTuber stuff and real for my VO and other shenanigans. Of course, you can most predominantly find me on Blue Sky, Tumblr, and Twitch, where I stream regularly as a VTuber. I have a new model that I'm going to be debuting fairly soon. Spoilers.
Uh-oh.
gasp.
Uh-oh. Do you
you
want to
could-
drop
you?
do you want to drop a little sneaky little Can you drop a little plug for the thing coming up for you?
For the thing coming up for me? Oh, yeah.
You know, the
It's
other
already
thing?
announced.
Hey,
Yeah.
so you know how like anime do crossovers? Well, guess what? Anime podcasts also do crossovers.
Crossover episode.
I'm going to be hanging out with the folks over at the One Piece podcast fairly soon. Or potentially, no, yeah, fairly
Hell
soon.
yeah.
Fairly soon.
Fairly soon.
Based on the way this is coming out. So if you haven't seen that, there's a slew of guests that the One Piece podcast is going to be doing, ramping up for a lot of things that they're doing. Go check them out, especially if you're up to date. And I'm excited to chat with a new group of people about
Yeah,
One
we
Piece.
kinda-
replacing us. Just replacing us.
Hey guys, hey, this is how I
If you guys play Uno, it's Jover, all right? If we see you playing Uno with them,
If I
Don't
see
worry,
one more
Over.
draw 4 card,
Don't worry. We're planning to play DOS, okay? We're planning to
God.
play DOS.
Skipbo.
Okay.
Skippo.
It's the Skipbo Pirates.
oh no. Our rivals, the worst generation.
Yeah, with Captain Milton Bradley.
Oh my god. I'm making a note.
I need art for Captain Milton Bradley immediately.
I thought we've made these jokes before, but either way, Kate, we're
I don't
really
know.
excited that you get to talk with new folks. Don't forget about us little folks down here
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah,
in
my
the
friend
West Blue.
my friend Jeff was just on an episode, so they got good people.
Wow,
They got
brag
Kate
about
and they got
it.
Jeff. Yeah, my buddies.
Wow, brag about it. Hey,
Hi.
I meant it
Hello.
though, brag about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Why are you gonna make it
we were-
sound threatening?
I don't know. We were doing an outro. Hi, I'm the internet's Mark Butonica. Find me everywhere at Mark Butonica. I'm so tired. I don't post as much as I used to because of how much I'm doing. But
It's his job.
it's my job. Yeah. Follow me everywhere. There's new Power Wash DLC coming out. I'll probably stream that
Yay.
for the
That's
first
your
time in
favorite.
months.
Is this what you and the Brunchy Boys talked about? On the
No,
Twitter
Put your
and
day?
we'll
dirt on the
never tell
ground
you.
because
didn't
Mark's gonna
talk
clean
about-
it.
No.
My favorite thing that they're doing now is when I send them memes and I'm like, this is you guys. They're like, we will not disclose brunch. We will not talk about brunch.
We signed
Whatever they
Brunch.
talked about at brunch is really Molly. We need to go have bevs again.
Drinkies.
We need to go get your
yeah.
drinkies.
Yeah.
Cool, be right there.
No.
But also, yeah.
See, it's the end of the night and we're all just shouting at each other. And
Your partner, however, is invited. Not you, though.
Oh, that's fine. I wanted to play Uno. This is the next best thing. Molly, where
Reverse card.
Where can the folks find you on social media?
They can try. You can,
You'll have to catch me first.
yeah, you have to
Jesus.
catch me first. You can find me on Blue Sky. Oh man, I just wasn't ready for this. You can find me on Tumblr, Molly Flood, Molly K. I know we do it every episode. Molly Flood, Molly K.
The
Flood.
outro for like 10 minutes.
I know. You could Yo Talk Show's got a Tumblr. Come follow us on there. I'm on Blue Sky, Molly Flood. I have crochet Instagram account, Flood Crochet. You guys, I stream now.
What? Hell yeah.
I stream with Yayo, but I also, because times are hard, I stream on my own channel. So if you want to follow me on twitch.tv/MollyFlood, I'd really appreciate it. I have fun. I have fun emotes and fun badges.
And you're just going to be, I have fun.
I mean, we all have fun.
We make jokes.
I have fun things. I have fun things for you to play with. So come watch me. Come watch me play games. Peace. And draw. And sometimes I draw. Sometimes. Only sometimes.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
We've had a lot of fun here tonight.
Did we?
Did we?
Wow.
I did. So many cool robots. I'm
So
bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Sorry.
Kate mentioned, this arc is feeding Al.
But
But going along with how most arcs and sagas have ended. Am I good? Okay. Now that you've listened to the
I don't know,
episode,
man. Are you?
you've joined our grand fleet. With that comes the responsibility of telling your friends, leaving a comment, following us all over social media at Yayo Talk Show, and letting Kdin finish catching up in one piece. So come
Get
aboard
it?
and we'll see you next time for Yayo Talk Show.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo. Wow, that was really funny, Molly.
Talking about
One Piece.